Fairfield area weather forecast, a 50% chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms today with a high of 90. 30% chance tonight, the low 73. For tomorrow, a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms, the high 89. 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms on Saturday with partly sunny skies, the high 87. Overnight low 68, yesterday's high 93. 53 1/100ths of an inch of rainfall yesterday here at the WFIW studios. We've had about 15 1/100ths of an inch of rainfall this morning here at the studios. Currently, 94% humidity, winds are calm, the pressure at 29.99 right now. Still some scattered light rain around the area, and 75 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield.
And a pleasant good morning to you. Happy 4th of July.
How do?
And our guest here.
Divisive. Dude, you?
I want to bring people together.
I am sitting here today looking across the table at a pair of double Ds. Derek Dunn, our guest.
And Divisive Dreeth.
And the divisive, well, I was going to say dude, but Dreeth works just as good.
All I want is for us to, in a figurative way, take a great... Let's hug it out. Let's do that.
Everybody needs a hug.
We need to hug it out. Double D here. Now, we got a lot of significant dates here. You understand? It's the birth of our country. It's the birth of Double D. Double D turns the big 3-0. He's 30 today.
Yep.
Now, I know you've got shoes that old, probably Nikes, but this guy right here turns 30 today. That's why we wanted to be. And it's the 1-year anniversary of morning coffee.
Now, see, I didn't realize today was actually the 1-year anniversary. I knew it was coming up right around this time. I thought maybe it was tomorrow.
Nope. You and me and the legend.
Dave Land.
Yeah.
The legend, you and me, and we started this concept totally unrelated to anything we've heard on TV or seen on radio or heard on TV before.
Yeah, that's correct.
A show about
Nothing.
And I think we've done nothing for a year. I think we've done nothing well.
I don't know that we've accomplished anything.
We've poured some coffee, dude.
Well, that's about the only thing we've done.
Yes, we have.
We also have morning coffee mugs.
Oh, we do.
And,
we do. We've got stuff, is what we call it.
Oh, yeah.
We have morning coffee stuff. By the way, I want to right now do a shout out. As of yet, we haven't found a woman for Dave Rigg. We're still looking. We're using this program as. We don't have to worry about you anymore, do we,
No,
Dave?
not at all. Nope. Not at all. Nope.
He's
I know,
taken.
I see
Did you
that.
know that?
I'm taking
Yeah.
Yeah. She cooks, too.
Yeah.
That's the important thing for this fella. Now, of course, to revisit, Dave Rigg, our friend, the Hall of Fame voice of athletics in Edwards County,
Yeah.
said on this show,
He needs a woman.
he needs companionship, and he's in pursuit of that kind of relationship. And if he did find somebody, especially through the radio station, he would use morning coffee and my credentials to be able to betroth him.
To tie the knot.
Yes. Nuptials on the air. That would be, in Fairfield terms, sort of like Tiny Tim and Miss Vicky tying the knot on Carson, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, those ratings. Oh,
Yeah.
baby. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, we'd probably bring him in. We'd probably have a reception afterwards with some pork burger pizza.
We would probably double our listenership from 2 to 4.
We probably could.
You don't understand the power of this show, my friend.
Okay.
So we're going to demonstrate it because there are going to be people sending resumes and pictures to us for Dave's consideration.
Dave needs a resume from a perspective.
Well, we just like the basics, you know.
How about
Measurements, weight, things like that.
How about a cover letter from the woman herself saying, I'm interested in you. I'd like to know more information about you, Mr. Dave Rigg, and go from there.
Now, here's what women can do.
Oh, I think all that info from Rigg is already out there.
You can go to our website. You can go to our webpage.
Yep, he was on.
We have the rotating
he was
picture.
on Monday, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Okay,
You can listen to him there.
He gave that information on Monday, so
That's
you can
right.
go there and listen.
Rotating picture. You see, Dave. That's he picked that one out.
Did he?
So it's a good picture of him.
Okay.
It's his best side.
How come I wasn't allowed to pick out a picture?
because I took it.
Probably because there's no good side.
And whenever he's also marketing himself out there too.
Where besides here?
Well, on the airwaves, in person, social media.
Dave has a job where he can meet a lot of people.
Next year, if we haven't solved this problem with Dave Rigg by next year, we need to throw a promo into every sports broadcast. Hi, I'm Dave Rigg.
And I'm available.
I'm available for your...
Oh,
Then have a disclaimer at the bottom. Please help Dave Rigg find
he
companionship.
needs to start He needs to do little spots inside the gospel program.
Yeah.
and,
yeah.
Bluegrass gospel.
Our disclaimer at the end of the spot should also include all sales are final, no returns.
Right. If you're enjoying this music, you could enjoy me. Let's see. Oh, well. All right.
We'll get you a seat next to me on Bluegrass Gospel.
A lot of people
with
not-
Dave Rigg.
A lot of people not happy with me yesterday about the whole Nike thing. Here's what I did.
Why are people not happy? Because of the Nike thing. I mean, come on. Seriously?
Yeah, seriously. There was a lot of very negative comments, which I don't respond to.
Yeah.
But they were. So here's what I'm doing. I don't have Nike shoes. I thought I did. I don't have any Nike shoes. I have half socks.
Yeah,
that come up around
yeah,
your ankle.
yeah.
With the swoosh on it.
Yes.
Those now have been designated for pickup engine cleanup. That's where Hal used them. I'm not going to give them away.
Man.
Not throwing them away. I'm going to clean up grease off the top of the 1998 Dodge pickup.
Well, you see, like, whenever I wipe off my car or, like, if I'm checking the oil, I will use, like, an old rag, like an old T-shirt, use it for a rag, and it's, like, the same way with your
That's
socks.
what I'm going to do. Okay, well, we have to stop for a second. So, what's it mean to you, Double D, to be 30?
Well,
Do you consider yourself old?
in some ways, yes. If I have an ache or a pain, I think I'd be old. Also,
Wait a minute.
also,
Did you just say you have an acre of pain?
if I have ache or
Oh,
pain,
an ache or pain. Okay.
whenever it's if I have an ache or a pain, I'm thinking, I'm breaking down. It's happened. I have to get out the Aleve or get some sort of cream to.
Look, I got two words for you. Icy hot.
I've also heard BioFreeze works.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I'm an old school guy.
Did you remember what he said to me when I
Dab
came
a
with the
little
glasses?
bit, dab a little bit behind your ears when you go out for the night to,
The icy hot
on
smell
the
brings
prowl.
them in?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
It brings the cougars in. It brings the cougars in.
Well, Dave doesn't want a cougar.
no.
A cougar comes in a walker. I mean,
But also, when I think of 30, I think also too, I'm glad to be 30. When I know people who are my age, who I grew up with, are no longer here, and it's a blessing to reach the 30-year milestone. And also, I think of two ways: 30 is the new 20, and I've often heard that 30 is the dirty 30. So
See. Okay, 30 is the new 20.
What's the-
62 is the new 52.
yeah,
So when you talk about people dying at 62, you got 10 years, man.
well, thanks. The countdown starts. I don't think I want to think of it that way. I don't want to think about that for a while. I don't want to see Andy Potter for a while, or Dave Rigg for that matter. They both do the same jobs,
yeah.
one way or the other, wherever wherever. I know ultimately it's Maple Hill, but I don't want to see either one of them in the meantime. Okay, in my hand, my pork burger stained hand.
We got the bunk.
Birthdays today, Mitch Miller. You remember him? You wouldn't, Derek. You're too young.
Yep.
Sing along with Mitch.
As he died at the age of 99 in 2010, he was an oboist.
An oboist.
An oboist. He played the oboe.
Very unique instrument.
I thought he just sang.
No. He was a producer. He a band leader. Most influential person of the 1950s in music, said to be, and the early 60s.
Wow.
NBC series Sing Along with Mitch. I remember that very well. You wouldn't, again, Derek. Musical accompaniment to War of the Worlds. He was the musical accompaniment to Orson Welles in the famous radio War of the Worlds,
Radio
1939.
broadcast.
Yep,
Yeah.
radio broadcast. And it really scared a lot of listeners because they thought it was actually happening.
Absolutely, yes. Ann Landers, born on this date in 1918. Now, a lady by the name of Ruth Crowley started Ann Landers in 1943. It was taken over by Pauline Eppie Lederer in 1955. Really, Pauline became Ann Landers. Okay. Now, her twin sister, Pauline Esther Popo Phillips, was Dear Abby. Okay.
Yeah, I did know that. I thought
Sisters.
I thought they were sisters.
Abigail Van Buren was her pen name, but her real name was Popo.
Popo.
Esther Popo Phillips. Popo's her daughters have since taken over Dear Abby, so it's getting passed along.
Man.
Never one person.
So it's a family franchise
It's
now.
apparently now. Neil Simon, on the board on this date, along with Derek Dunn, the famous Double D, died
Yes.
on 2018. No, not Double D, but Neil Simon passed away in 2018. American playwright, screenwriter. He wrote for Your Show of Shows on TV. He was, of course, with Carl Reiner. That's where he met Mel Brooks. He also wrote for the Phil Silver Show. Remember that? Sergeant Bilko? And,
Yes.
Oh, that was great.
Oh, that was a great one.
The Odd Couple was one of his most famous creations, Barefoot in the Park. He died of renal failure and had Alzheimer's at the end, but he died at 91 back in 2018. 2018 is when he died, only last year at the age of 91. Gina Lollobrigida.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, by the way, Neil Simon had 5 wives, and one of them was Marcia Mason.
Probably married the longest to Marcia Mason, wasn't he?
10 years, I believe.
10 years, okay.
Yeah, 3 kids overall. And interesting. Well, hello. I'm told that the grandkids are watching back in Bethalto. Hey, how's it
Hey,
going,
guys.
Love you. Have a great 4th of July. So I'm waving to the camera. People in Fairfield have no idea what I'm doing if they're listening to the radio. Gina Lollobrigida is 92 today. She was
Is she still a knockout?
at 92.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, maybe we can find a current picture of her.
Maybe you can. Italian actress. She was a photojournalist, a sculptor. This is an interesting story. When she's 79, a guy by the name of Javier Raffles, who's 45, takes an interest in her. She's a cougar.
Yeah.
She's a cougar, okay?
That's Tony Randall
Now,
territory, man.
get a load of this, though. They broke up. 7 years later, she finds out that he staged a secret wedding ceremony with a stand-in Gina Lollobrigida lookalike. Ooh. Okay? Get a load of this. And she found out and sued him because the goal was, after she died, he was said, well, we were married. I even have proof. And it didn't work out. So anyway, she was married to a physician in Slovenia from 49 to 71. George Steinbrenner, the boss. George Steinbrenner, born on this date. He always talked about himself in the third person, Derek.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I mean, I would say, Mike likes talking about George Steinbrenner.
Would it be like, I'm thinking like in terms of the third person, like maybe Ferris Bueller or something like that, maybe? Or talking to the audience? Or am I
No,
wrong on
no.
that? Oh,
Third
I'm wrong on
place
that. Okay,
person-
okay.
Oh, that's Gina Lollobrigida
Yeah.
now?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, pretty hot for 92.
Looks like the woman for Rig.
I'll tell you what, ratings go through the roof if Rig lands Gina Lollobrigida.
Yeah.
And we have it here?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we'd have to have that on a remote. We'd have to have that out at the floor hall.
Yeah.
Don't you
so.
think?
I think so.
Work on that, Rig. We're going to get some contact
Reception
information.
to follow with the Elks.
All the best. All the best.
Nothing but the best.
All right. So George Steinbrenner always liked to talk about himself in the third person. He died at the age of 80. He also Had 7 World Series titles. He was of course, the boss of the Yankees. He was the owner.
Always loved the stat of what he paid for the Yankees and what it was worth when he passed away. He paid like, I don't know, a couple of $100 million or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
And it was like $2.3 billion when he passed away.
And people
is
thought
what
he
it
was crazy when he
worth.
paid that much when he bought it.
Yeah.
He was a graduate of the Ohio State University. Fired Billy Martin how many times?
4 or 5.
4.
And I always loved the interviews when they had both of them at the table.
Yeah.
And they'd get into an argument because they were real close to actually coming to blows a couple of times.
Yeah.
He got into it with he's been on Saturday Night Live, Simpsons, Seinfeld. He was on the WWF for a period of time, if you can
Really?
believe it. Yeah.
Huh.
But
Was Billy Martin his opponent?
would have
Okay.
been a good one. He got into it with Seinfeld because they wanted to use a Yankee emblem,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he didn't give permission. They used it. He was mad.
Oh.
They worked it out by creating the Steinbrenner, who was a stand-in. All you could see is his back. You never saw the front
Right, yeah.
of Steinbrenner. And here's what he said about it. It was unflattering, but essentially accurate. He had 4 kids, 1 wife, George Steinbrenner, who was born on this date.
You can get in big trouble today, like using a logo, a sign, without the permission of the owner. You can get in big trouble for that. And in that case, that's one of those where he was in deep trouble.
I remember years and years ago, I had a football helmet, and I was a Cowboys fan at the time.
Okay.
This was
Okay.
like 77,
Oh, you did-
78.
on
okay.
you had it on air?
What?
You put it on air?
What?
The football.
No.
No.
Had a football helmet.
Yeah.
I purchased a football helmet.
Yeah.
I painted it silver and wanted to get a Cowboy star. So
Okay.
I write the Dallas Cowboys.
Say, can I have a star?
I said,
Yeah.
I've got this football helmet. I'm a great fan of the Cowboys. Would you please? And I got a letter back said, I'm sorry. That would violate copyright. And
Yeah.
I'm not
No.
I changed.
Jerry Jones
I am
wants
no
some money
longer
from
a
you.
Cowboys fan because of that.
Jerry Jones wants some money from you. That's what he wants.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't Jerry Jones at the time.
Yeah.
I'm showing the camera the picture that's coming from Bethalto of my grandkids in front of a big screen TV, bellying up to the trough of knowledge and slurping from their grandfather. Who also, I love, the George Steinbrenner thing. From now on in the show, I'm going to refer to myself as Mike. Mike likes it when his grandkids watch him.
That's right.
Mike likes it a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, on this date, July 4th.
When we have donuts and pork burger pizza, he'll go, "Hey, Mikey likes it."
Mike loves it. Yes, there's no doubt. 1776. Guess what happened?
I have no idea what happened.
The
on this
amended
date in
Declaration of
1776.
Independence, prepared by Thomas Jefferson, was approved and signed by John
Hancock.
Yep.
the President of the Continental Congress in the United States.
And you know the story, when John Hancock signed the Declaration of Independence, he signed it real big. And there's been a couple of things like that he said after he signed it. I could tell you one of them was something along the lines of, "There, I guess King George ought to read that."
It was supposed to be the big signature was supposed to be an affront or come get me to
Yeah.
the king.
Yeah.
Here I am. Here's my signature.
1803, this date, the Louisiana Purchase was announced in newspapers. That was a deal.
Yeah,
$15
that was a
million,
deal.
More like doubled the size of the nation.
3 cents an acre.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wish I could find some land that cheap.
Yeah, no kidding.
Not around here. 1817, construction to the Erie Canal to connect Lake Erie and the Hudson River. 1848, Washington, D.C., the cornerstone for the Washington Monument laid. 1884, bullfighting was introduced to the United States in Dodge City, Kansas. I did a week one day in Dodge City.
Yeah. Didn't last very long bullfighting in Dodge City.
It was a depressing town, to say the least. It was not what I thought it was going to be. 1934, boxer Joe Louis won his first professional fight. 1934, Mount Rushmore, George Washington's face dedicated. 1939, Lou Gehrig retired from Major League Baseball. 1950, and is the luckiest man
Today, I consider myself, self, to be the luckiest man alive. Yeah.
1959, the 49th star was put on the flag. And, of course, that would be totally unpatriotic for that to ever show up.
On a shoe,
1960, the 50-star U.S. flag made its debut in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. 2009, the Statue of Liberty Crown reopened to visitors. It had been closed to the public since 2001, so it was closed for 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Music history, the song America the Beautiful was first published in 1895.
Beautiful song.
Thought that was going to be the national anthem, actually.
Yeah. A lot of people still think it should be the national anthem.
That dispute has gone on for as long as those songs have been.
Yeah.
Yep.
1966, the Lovin' Spoonful song. I'm looking at the disc jockey over here.
John Sebastian and his group.
No.
What's the name of the song?
What's the name of the song? 1966, big hit for the Lovin' Spoonful.
Oh, it's Hot Summer in the City.
That's it. You can't get this.
I know.
He's like the legend. Mm-hmm. All right. 1970, Casey Kasem
Oh, yes.
hosted America's Top 40 for the first time.
He one time,
Is he buried yet?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Well,
God, poor Casey.
Remember we talked about it a couple weeks ago?
Yes.
He's not in the ground yet.
I have talked to Casey Kasem. I talked to him on the phone before he passed away. And one of the things I brought up to him
I never knew this. Did you know this?
was there was a time when he was in his days up at Detroit when he was working for a radio station up there. I think it was back in the 70s. Elvis was big back then. And he got so tired of Elvis at one point when he was live on air, he said he threatened to shatter Elvis's records live on air because he just got, he was so tired of listening to Elvis. The general manager of that radio station pulled Casey aside and said, "Look, son, he's going to be around for a long time." And so, and I remember talking to Casey about that story, and he was very impressed with he was impressed I actually heard about it.
You and Casey. But,
Yeah.
wow, a figurative noogie given between Double D and Casey Kasem. What is it? Keep your feet on the ground and reach for the stars. I'm Casey Kasem.
That's
He
right.
was also the voice of Shaggy on Scooby-Doo.
I didn't know that.
I think I did know that.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Casey Kasem, close friend to Double D. 1980, the Beach Boys gave a free concert to an estimated 500,000 people in Washington. And our question of the day,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
very controversial.
Very divisive, isn't
Yes.
it?
Why can't we just come together?
Yeah.
Why can't Americans just hug it out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, especially on the 4th of July.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why
Be unified.
all I'm doing is trying to unify everybody with a question like this. Your 4th of July grill food choice is, and you had a choice,
Yeah.
hot dog, hamburger.
All right.
We'll have the answers after this timeout.
Over the years, you've brought them into your home. You were prescribed opioids after the C-section, when Dad injured his back, when your basketball star tore his ACL. Opioids helped with the pain, and you held on to them just in case. But did you know holding on to unused opioids puts your family at risk? Opioids are powerful pain-reducing prescription medicines, but most people who are prescribed opioids don't finish their prescriptions. So millions of unused
It's here. The Big Deal Store is online and waiting for you to shop and buy gift certificates to local businesses. Go to your station's website, WFIWradio.com, and click on Big Deals. Here you'll find dozens of gift certificates for places like Three Chicks Fudgery, Act Tire and Auto, Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center, and Bullard's Farm Market and Bakery. You can shop 24 hours a day and save tons of money in the process. But you better hurry. You never know how long each deal will last.
Afternoons with the Double D airs from 1 to 4 each weekday afternoon on 104.9 WFIW and WFIWradio.com. I'm Double D, your host, and I play classic hit songs from the 60s through the 90s, while also giving out song facts. If you are a business owner and are interested in being a sponsor of this fun and positive radio show, you can call the radio station at 618-842-2159 or email our marketing specialist through the Contact Us page on our website, WFIWradio.com.
Want $100 bill. Hey, $100 bill, $100 bill. Who can
Every
take me?
weekday
Take
morning
me,
at
$100 bill. Hey,
7:50
look,
and
25,
Saturday morning at 8,
30,
it's
30,
auction time.
45,
Auction time
50,
tells you about the
55,
unique
60.
items
Hey,
on the
60
block in the
here,
region.
70,
We give you the
75,
headline
80,
items during the
90,
week
hey,
and then
look,
actually
100,
get into details with the auctioneers on Saturday morning. Auction time, weekdays at 7:50 and again on Saturday morning at 8 on the station listened to, not just heard, WFIW and WFIWradio.com.
45 get along soldier way, $145.
Time Capsule, sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another Time Capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when Hank Aaron broke the unbreakable record?
There's a drive into left center field. It's gone. It's 7:15. There's a new home run champion of all time, and it's Henry Aaron.
President Nixon gave out edited transcripts of his Watergate tapes, which he still refused to turn over to Congress. The minimum wage shot up from $1.60 to $2.30 an hour. Gary Player won his second Masters. The Oscar for Best Picture went to The Sting, but not before the show was interrupted by a streaker.
Probably the only laugh that man will ever get in his life is by stripping off and showing his shortcomings.
And here's what the best new music sounded like.
You make me feel brand new. Keep on singing. Help me, I think I'm falling. Let's let the show go on. Oh, very young. Come on, baby, feel the locomotion. She's a dance machine.
Got it yet? Well, the answer and a hunk of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
Swing by the Fairfield Save-A-Lot and take advantage of these great deals. Family pack of T-bone steaks at $3.79 a pound. Pork spare ribs $1.69 a pound. Fresh sweet corn 5 for $1. And Oscar Mayer hot dogs 99 cents. Price is good through Saturday. Good food, great people, great prices at your Save-A-Lot store, West Main and Fairfield. Give them a like on Facebook.
April 1974.
MFSB and TSOP, the top song of April 1974. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another Time Capsule.
Time Capsule has been sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
Question of the daytime on Morning Coffee.
That's right. Something we can all agree on, right? Something that we can all agree on. Look at this.
I know.
Left-handed.
30-year-old Derek Dunn. We've never said it that way because he's never been on the police blotter.
And he's never been 30 years old.
And this is the first time being on Morning Coffee for me.
This is his premiere, so to speak.
Debut.
His debut.
Debut, yeah.
Double D's debut. Yeah. All right, a question of the day. Your 4th of July grilled food of choice is, and we give you two choices.
Yeah.
Hamburger or hot dog. What say you?
One of each.
No. That's not how this works.
Hamburgers.
You're a hamburger. You're coming down hard on hamburger.
Yeah. Usually, I'd rather have steak, but hamburgers I could live with.
Well, let's talk about the bottomless trap that's sitting over here in the corner here.
Yeah.
What do you think, Double D?
I like both, but I would go with hamburgers. I like both. Yeah, I like both, but I would go with hamburgers because I also saw that we had one person made a comment, pork burger, another person mentioned fish fry.
Yes.
Would also like to mention, too, this is the time of year when you have eating establishments. I've talked to a few of them lately here locally, and the summer, it's hot, it's humid. A lot of the eating establishments around here, they've been serving some food that is light, considered to be light. Like you have like a salad, maybe like a wrap.
Yeah, we're talking about the 4th of July, grilling out.
Yeah. I've got it. You got the grill stoked up. What are you throwing on it?
Yeah, you're cooking outside on the 4th.
Now, I could have put pork burger on this. And we did have 2 people that said, wait. This is Wayne County, dude.
Yeah.
You're dividing again, Dreeth. You're dividing.
Yeah, but we have pork burgers every weekend.
Exactly. That's why if you're going to cook, I gave you 2 choices. I made it easy. I don't want to be confused.
Yeah.
I don't want to be divisive. So anyway.
But you are being divisive.
In some subtle way, I am.
But honestly, if we eat with our eyes, if it looks good, I will dig in and I will eat it.
You eat with all your orifices. Okay. Well, it was 3-1.
All right.
Yeah.
100
Hamburgers? 3-1 hamburgers?
Hamburgers over hot
Okay.
dogs.
Yeah.
3-1. And hot dogs is the American food.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It was created at if I'm not mistaken, the St. Louis World's Fair.
I think you're right.
1904.
That's right. Along with
Were you there, Mike?
Along with the waffle cone.
What kind of a cheap shot was that?
I know. I know.
You let him on the show, and next thing he's taking
Just leave.
verbal
Just leave. You're out, man. I'm turning you off.
Hey, Mark, leave him here because there might be some more food coming in.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm turning him
Don't
off.
want to turn him off.
I'm turning him off.
All right.
For that remark, you're off, buddy.
Okay.
And he controls everything.
That's right. I'm large and in charge over
That's
here,
right,
buddy.
He does. All right. So anyway, we had over 1,200 people that were reached with that question. We had 123 for hamburger, 42 for hot dog, and Stacy says pork burgers and fish fry, and Willie says pork burger. So there's your question of the day. What else do we have in the stack? Oh, we've got some interesting stuff here. Mad Magazine's going south. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's gonna end publication. Cease publication later this year, according to reports.
I have an Alfred E. Newman tie at home.
Seriously?
Yep.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. They went away and they came back, but things just have not gone. I guess. And here's what they said: things aren't funny anymore.
Well,
Isn't that in?
yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah.
Things aren't funny. A humor magazine in our current climate cannot survive because everything that they used to think was funny in a Mad Magazine way is no longer considered funny. It's considered offensive.
Yeah, but you could say that about just about anybody and anything.
I agree. I agree. Here's one. We were talking earlier about Andy Podorf and Dave Rigg, what they do for a living. An Indian man who had been declared dead woke up just before he was set to be buried during a funeral ceremony, according to reports. Mourners at Muhammad Furqan, 20 years old, was declared dead by Indian medical professionals. Well, there's probably your key.
Yep.
But
and we're not talking Native Americans.
No. We're talking Bombay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But his surprise awakening at the funeral shocked mourners. Can you imagine? You just sit up and look over and go, what's going on here?
Is this like a festival or something?
He was immediately brought to the hospital and put in a ventilator for support. Furqan had been unconscious since June 21st when he got into an accident. Doctors declared him dead on Monday, but coincidentally, only after the man's family told the hospital that they looked after him, they no longer had the funds to pay for his care.
So they pulled the plug.
Because he couldn't pay.
Ah.
Got a call?
I do. Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
No, we don't.
It looks like hang up.
All right.
Why does this phone not work anymore right?
Well, it's
the heck is going on with this phone?
Hang up. Did you guys hear about this? I think this is fascinating. Have you ever heard about the Bobby Bonilla contract?
Oh yeah, the Mets. Yes.
Have you? Mark?
I have.
Yeah.
In essence, Bobby Bonilla, who was a third baseman, he backloaded his contract.
Sure did.
Okay, so that he would get a little bit of money now, but that it would stretch over a period of time. And everybody always thought, because I think it still goes into I think it's in effect until 2033.
It's still going on, and he's getting paid over $1 million, and he's not even playing anymore.
Well, that's not as incredible as the Braves and Bruce Sutter.
Yeah.
Bruce Sutter, who was a Hall of Famer for the
Right.
Cardinals.
Right.
According to this document, Bruce Sutter, who retired in 1988, before the 1985 season, the Braves signed Sutter to a 6-year, $9.1 million deal, which was big money back then for an aging pitcher. The Sutter structured his contract in a way that he'd get paid for the next 30 years at no less than $1.2 million per year. So this guy's riding around in a red jacket. He's a Cardinal.
Collecting money from the Braves.
Yeah.
He was only paid $750,000. Right now, he makes no less than $1.2 million, and it will continue on until 2021.
So a couple
30
more years.
years after he stopped pitching.
Yeah.
Couple more years to go.
That's a smart agent right there.
It's unbelievable.
That's what I was thinking too with the Bobby Bonilla story. I thought that was a smart move.
He came. Bonilla came to the Cardinals, played briefly.
Yeah, played a little bit for the Cardinals.
And he got injured, and that's how Albert Pujols got called up that spring. That was his first.
I remember
spring.
that. Yeah.
So anyway,
That's how he got to spring training.
exactly because Bonilla got hurt. But I thought that was unbelievable that Sutter was still making that money. I told you about the Indian guy who woke up during the funeral. Let me get into the bottom of my.
Still. Oh, hey, the rain's quit.
Hey, the rain quit.
That's good to know.
It's over to the east right now, impacting about the Golden Gate area.
Okay.
I'm glad. See, when you get Double D, you not only get somebody who's conversant when it comes to 1960s music, but you get a meteorologist.
Yep.
That's what you get when you hit. Maybe Florida can. They've decided that the green iguana population is growing exponentially in Florida, and the state's Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission wants them dead. So they're putting a price on the head of dead iguanas. Don't feel sorry for iguanas in Florida is what I'm saying right now. Homeowners who do nothing, they'll be given a permit to kill as many iguanas on their own property. I guess they've been protected in the past. The directive also said that the invasive species, it's not a native iguana, can be killed year-round without a permit on 22 public lands in South Florida. So there's that.
So if you see one, take that.
Yeah, take it out.
Yeah.
Here's another interesting story out of Pittsburgh. A guy by the name of Chuck Huey, and this might be something that's happening. Not you, Double D, you're only 30 years old. Did your folks ever take you to the airport just to be at the airport, Mark?
Yeah.
My grandfather would load us up. We would go to Lambert, St. Louis International Airport.
Yep.
Just watch the planes land
park
and take off.
I'm here. Get a load of this for a second. I'm going to watch Double D. All the planes had props.
Wait, what?
There were no jets.
Yeah.
The 707 had not come into vogue.
Right.
They were all turboprops.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I can remember a couple of times we flew into the came to visit and flew into the Williamson County Airport.
Yeah.
And right as you coming from the west, I think, when you land, there's at the cemetery the statue of Jesus.
Oh, that's what you want to see before you land.
Yeah, I know. See that? I was like, okay, well, and we were on a turboprop plane.
So what we did, we'd go over, and there was a. This was back when you could walk in; you didn't have to go through any security.
Oh yeah.
And there was a viewing platform where you would go out and stand, and when those turboprops would come on, not only did you get this sweet smell of
these jet fuel, not jet fuel, but
high octane gasoline, but it would actually blow warm air on you.
Oh yeah.
And there was that sound. Well, here's this guy, Chuck Huey.
That
yes.
Yeah.
Chuck Huey braves security now at Pittsburgh International Airport at least once a week, not to catch a flight, but to get an ice cream cone or cruise a few of the concourses. He's not nuts, he'll tell you, just a doting grandfather. He and 3-year-old Cleo spend quality time at the airport, riding the trams between the terminals and going among the moving walkways. The 3-year-old loves it.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
But that, with all the security measures, I didn't know you could even do that anymore.
Well, I think you can get actually into the airport
Right.
without security. It's getting into the different airline concourses.
Yeah.
And you have to have a ticket to get through those concourses, I thought.
No, I don't believe so. I believe you
Really?
can. Like if you were to take someone to the airport, you
Yeah.
could walk them to the
Sure,
the concourse for the airline, and then go back through and get you an ice cream cone or whatever.
I
think anyway.
It's just not the way it used to be. Cockroaches are being born impervious to bug sprays.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And it's happening fast. A Purdue University study found the commonly found German species of the roaches are being born with an immunity to toxins with which they haven't been in contact.
They're evolving.
The shocking study published concluded the evolution of the German cockroach, also called the Blatella germanica,
Okay.
develops an immunity to new poisons in as quickly as a generation of offspring.
Before long, if you see a cockroach, you'll spray it, and he'll stand up and go, "Hey, no, it ain't working, buddy."
So that's not a good thing. Missouri man has decided he needed a unique plan to get the attention of the city's public works department.
Yeah.
So he threw a birthday party for a pothole.
Oh yeah, I heard about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Frank
Yeah, I saw
Serrano
that.
said that he first called Kansas City's 311 hotline sometime in March to complain about a large pothole in the Waldo neighborhood on Cherry Street. He then posted pictures on Facebook, and this is what he did. He put a slice of birthday cake with the number 3 candle and placed it outside the pothole.
Uh-huh. Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Well, good morning, gentlemen.
Hey.
Hi there.
Evidently, the Betsy Ross flag is now considered racist, correct?
Well, it is by some people considered a symbol of white supremacy, and to others it is it's emblematic of an era when slavery was accepted.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, then why wasn't it regarded that way during President Obama's second inauguration?
Was it in the inauguration?
I think it was, yeah.
Absolutely. There was 5 of them hanging behind him.
Ooh.
Yep.
I mean, huge flags.
I think probably the difference was that it was Obama.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that was the difference. The only difference I can think of. This doesn't make sense to me at all. It hasn't made sense from the beginning, and it's turned into such a huge deal. And it is divisive, quite honestly.
Yeah.
It really is. When you have people shouting from one side at the other side over, I'm not even certain it's terribly appropriate to put it on the heel of a shoe, quite honestly. Yeah. But that's what they were going to do. And their spokesperson, who's gained fame nationally, called them out, and they got stuck with. I hear that some of those shoes are going for $2,000 a pair.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, thanks for the call. We need to get those trivia questions out
this
there.
This is a unique thing. It's not a 4th of July. It is a local institution that we all revere. It's 10 questions that were handed out during the Founders Day for Fairfield National Bank. You know what I should have done is 10 questions about Double D. I could have come up with 10 trivia questions about him. Here it is. Number 1, who was the president of Fairfield National Bank during the Great Depression? Mm-hmm. You're going to have a rough time.
Yeah,
with these.
I'm not going to do real well.
Number 2, who was the first female officer at Fairfield National Bank? Number 3, and I'll give you some choices. What year did Fairfield National Bank merge with First National Bank of Fairfield? That building right across the street, Neil Laws, I think that was the First National Bank building, if I'm not mistaken. There was another bank down the way, right there across from catty corner from the Chamber of Commerce.
Yep. And by the way, that building still has the safe.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't know.
There's a vault in the basement too.
It does.
Of that
Son of a
building.
gun. Who was the first president of Fairfield National Bank? What special machine was in Fairfield National Bank's lobby beginning in the 1980s? You might be able to guess that.
Yeah, I think so.
When did Fairfield National Bank reach $1 million in assets? I'll give you years. Who created Fairfield National Bank's 50th anniversary cake? There we go.
I might have a guess on that.
All right, good. Number 8, a contest took place in 1977 where a name was chosen for Fairfield National Bank's ATM. What was the name that they chose? I know that well. Number 9, how many years was Fairfield National Bank the only bank in town? Okay, so I'll give you a range.
All
okay?
right.
And number 10, who was the president of Fairfield National Bank during the Great Recession of 2008? I have those questions in my hand, and I have the answers, and we'll have those right after we come back from this break.
Small business is the backbone of our communities. It's a good feeling to know that one loan to a business benefits everyone in the community, not just that business. Hi, this is Matt Moore, commercial banker of People's National Bank in Fairfield. We pride ourselves on providing quality products and services to meet the banking needs for the people that work and live right here. Since 1909, our focus continues on you, our customers. People's National Bank, it's our people that make a difference. Since 1909, member FDIC.
It's fun for everyone, July 5th through the 13th at the new 2019 Wayne County Agricultural Fair in Fairfield. The Junior Western and 4-H horse shows kick off the festivities on Friday the 5th at 6 and closes with the nationally known Wooten Rodeo on Saturday the 13th at 7. So load up the family for carnival rides, games, food on the midway, community impact service projects, 4-H exhibits, and more new nightly grandstand entertainment than ever before, July 5th through the 13th at the new Wayne County Agricultural Fair in Fairfield. For details, visit wcfair.net.
Tired of high-priced service calls? At Finley's Refrigeration, I take pride in answering all calls and giving prompt, courteous 24-hour emergency service. We service all brands and will install high-quality new equipment to keep your home or business comfortable all year round. We accept all major credit cards, checks, and cash. Save yourself a lot of money and a lot of heartache today by calling or texting Finley's Refrigeration for all your cooling and heating needs at 618-599-9888. That's 618-599-9888.
If you're hungry for some delicious Deep South barbecue, then go down to the Big Deal store at WFIWradio.com and purchase the $20 gift certificate for only $14.
My name is Brett. If you smoke, you could get gum disease and need to get your teeth pulled like I did. Sometimes part of the tooth they're pulling breaks off. If that happens, they may have to cut away the gum and bone to get at the rest of the tooth. Then they remove it. Of course, if smoking gives you gum disease, you might have to have 15 teeth pulled at once, like I did.
Developed by the CDC. For help quitting, call the Illinois Tobacco Quit line at 1-866-QUIT-YES.
Get the good stuff.
Come on in to Napa and Fairfield and get the spring season started off right. We have lawnmower batteries starting at $22.99, golf cart batteries starting at $99.99. And don't forget, if you buy a set of wiper blades, we will install them for free. So stop on by your Fairfield Napa and ask for David, Chad, Vince, Steve, Nolan, Chaylin, or Derek at 123 West Delaware and get the good stuff.
Get the good stuff.
Napa. Get the good stuff.
Gatsby's Gaming invites you to our Wayne County location. Gatsby's Gaming has our video gaming machines live, and we are now open 7 days a week. We are excited to provide an incredible gaming lineup with the newest video slot games available. Gatsby's Gaming has 5 new video gaming terminals with a vast variety of games. We supply free chips and soda to gamers while playing. Must be 21 to enter. Gatsby's Gaming, Wayne County, 1476 Illinois Highway 15, Fairfield.
Now open 9 a.m. Monday through Saturday and 1 p.m. on Sundays.
Just like the many Independence Day traditions, there's another tradition. Since 1975, people have been going to Leland's Mower and Tiller in Carmi for Echo, Snapper, and Snapper Pro sales and service. When it comes to mowing, make sure you go to Leland's Mower and Tiller, 1400 North in rural Carmi.
%50 chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms today with the high 90. 30% chance tonight, the low 73. For tomorrow, 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms, high 89. And for Saturday, partly sunny, a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms, high 87. Overnight low was 68, yesterday's high 93. About 0.2 inches of rainfall this morning here at the WFIW studios. Currently, humidity at 95%. Winds are calm. Pressure 29.99. Right now, we've got partly cloudy skies, 75 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. Still some pop-up showers and showers and thunderstorms showing up all over central and southern Illinois at this time.
Wow, new bumper music. Hey, by the way, I just want to say hi to Cam and Wyatt and Carson hanging on to watch Pawpaw on YouTube.
Your phone just went out.
Oh, I'm sorry. There you go. Hey, I'm holding the FMB. I didn't know you brought trivia, Derek.
I did.
So I'll hold the FMB spot trivia for tomorrow, and you're up, dude.
All right. This is Declaration of Independence trivia, gentlemen, so put on your thinking caps. Here we go. Question number 1. The Declaration of Independence was signed in what city?
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, that's what I'm saying too.
Both of you are correct. Number 2. How many delegates signed the Declaration of Independence? This is a multiple choice question. Was it A, 56, B, 51, or C, 46?
I'm going with 56.
Mike?
56. I'll go with it.
Both of you are correct. 2 for 2.
Look at that. Great minds think alike.
Absolutely.
This is a two-answer question.
Divisive minds think alike.
Mike likes this.
All right. Question number 3. It's actually a 2-point question. So here we go.
Oh, a 2-pointer.
All right. Who was the youngest and oldest delegate to sign the Declaration? The oldest and the youngest.
That would be Benjamin Franklin and Benjamin Franklin Jr.
Well, I'm going to go with Franklin as the oldest.
Yeah, I'm thinking Franklin was the oldest.
Okay.
Youngest, I have no clue.
Okay. Benjamin Franklin is correct. He was the oldest. He was 70 years old. The youngest was Edward Rutledge of South Carolina. He was 26 years old.
I would have never known that.
All right. Following the signing of the Declaration, who was the first founding father that died? Was it A, Button Gwinnett, B, Philip Livingston, or C, John Morton?
I'm going to go with John Morton.
A.
Mark is right. It was John Morton.
Look at that.
Died of sickness in 1777, April 1st of that year.
They didn't even know he was sick.
Yep.
Number 5, true or false question. The principal author of the Declaration was Thomas Jefferson.
I'm going to say yes.
I'm going to say true.
All right. Both of you are correct. So far, Mark is leading 5-4.
I didn't realize we had a scoreboard on this thing.
I didn't realize either.
I have a scoreboard right here, gentlemen.
What do we win? That's what I want to know.
There's donuts out there.
More
That's
food.
the best you're going to do.
Okay.
All right. Number 6. Question number 6. The Declaration of Independence was ratified on July 4th, 1776 to announce and explain separation from Great Britain. What month of 1776 did British newspapers start publishing the Declaration?
I'm going to say August.
I'm going to say September or October. Because it took, a couple of 3 months to get across the
There was
ocean.
no telegram or anything like that.
So you're saying September, October in that range? The big guy is right.
Ooh,
It's
look at
August.
that.
Well, bad news travels fast. That was bad
Okay.
news in Britain.
All right.
All right. This former U.S. Senator from Maryland was the last living signatory of the Declaration. Who was he? Multiple choice question.
Okay.
Was it A, Thomas Stone, B, Charles Carroll, or C, Samuel Chase?
Samuel Chase.
Stone.
Both of you are wrong. It was Charles Carroll.
Okay.
He lived to the age of 95, died in 1832, also helped create the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad in 1827. Came out of
He's a
retirement.
ripe old age.
Okay, got time for one more.
All right. Here we go, boys. Here it is right here. Who was the president of the Second Continental Congress?
The Second Continental Congress. I'm going to say George Washington.
Nah, it wasn't George Washington. It was,
We just mentioned him.
he was a, I don't know. I was thinking he was a president. But
No. John Hancock.
okay.
Hancock, really? Well, it's amazing he's still alive.
Well, he's got lots of buildings named after
Yes,
him,
he does, and an insurance company as well.
Yes.
Derek Dunn, happy birthday
Thank
to
you.
on
Appreciate
your
it, guys.
30th.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you having here. This was the 1-year anniversary of Morning Coffee, and we've got many more years ahead. We look forward to you being with us. Thank you. Have a wonderful 4th of July. Mark, have a great day.
Thanks. You
Thanks,
guys too.
Thank you.
News, talk, sports, and classic rock. This is the station listened to, not just heard. 104.9 WFIW Fairfield, Illinois.
Time now for the news, brought to you by Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center in downtown Wayne City. See pictures and prices at boydfern.com or follow them on Facebook.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. The president tweeting about his additions to 4th of July celebrations in D.C., saying the Salute to America is turning out to be one of the biggest